Hey guys, welcome to the first book club session by the BDC Literary Society. Okay, so the book we chose for this month was Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. It's a really popular book among people, unlike yeah, we love Kafka. We do? No. So some people don't. Okay, right. So
Anyways, we're gonna go around and ask people how they felt about the book, and we also have a bunch of questions that we're gonna ask the students individually. And yeah, I hope we have a fun session. So, we heard, no, we don't like Kafka. I would like to hear more about that. Why did you not enjoy the book?
Because it talks about a lot of themes of dehumanization, alienation, and that isn't necessarily a good thing in this generation. Jambe, everything is going to ruins. I don't want to be dehumanized.
Yeah, we didn't like. There was a lot of like negative energy in the book, and but I feel like it's such a reality check, is it not? Because life is like that. Life is not like, the typical fairy tale. There are no happy ending. Stuff happens, and you can't control stuff. And I feel like Kafka was just so realistic and also so true to tell how he told the story. But then again, it was kind of sad. Like, yeah, we hate humanity. You don't have to point it out so obviously. And yeah, what did you all think?
एक मैं याद कर रहा हूँ मैंने कल रात ही पढ़ी है हाँ यही वाली पढ़ी रीडिंग्स पे जाके हाँ वो फ्री पढ़ने देते हैं, बैठो पढ़ो। हाँ फसाना कर मेरा घर वहीं द बुक वॉज वेरी बोरिंग।
Yes.
मतलब इंसान कीड़ा बन जाता है फिर मर जाता है बट
Kafka has a habit that he just puts his characters into the most absurd situations.
या बट द ट्रायल वॉज मच बेटर मेटामॉर्फोसिस फेल शॉर्ट।
But it was kind of similar to your trial. Even in the trial, the person ended up in the most insane situation in which, like,
He got arrested in a very peculiar way.
yeah, and it was like always, it follows the storyline. The character gets stuck into this weird situation, and there's no inherent solution you can think of it, and there's no reason why he got into that situation. He just does. Kind of just like, life. We don't plan certain things, we don't plan certain accidents in our life, but it just happens, and he just deals with them. And so it was kind of similar. It's the whole Kafka-esque thing. Acha, sorry for interrupting you.
I didn't like the book much. I generally read non-fiction, तो लिटरेचर सोसाइटी इसलिए ज्वाइन की थी कि आई माइट गेट सम पर्सपेक्टिव। आज मैं आ नहीं रहा था, इसने कॉल करके बुलाया मुझे। और या बट इट हैड अ लॉट ऑफ गुड थीम्स, जैसा कि अब्यूज़, अब्बू ने मारा था उसे सेब। तो दैट समथिंग वी ऑल कैन रिलेट, हम दोनों कर सकते हैं, घर पे बहुत मार पड़ती है। तो दैट वाज, लेकिन इट वाज आल्सो डिप्रेसिंग। मतलब बेचारा बंदे की ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो गई, फिर एंड पे बहन ही कह रही है बाहर निकाल दो घर से। फिर मतलब फिर मुझे ज़रा एहसास हुआ कि एंड पे यही होना है जायदाद के वक्त, ये निकाल देंगे। ये दैट
Like the way that his family turned against him, or like the moment he didn't serve any purpose. How did you feel about that?
felt pretty relatable. नहीं but it was obviously very sad to read, but also fun at the same time.
It was like a sad sort of a pain. Humorous even. So you dare to like.
Acha, I think differently. I believe it was a really nice book because अगर entertainment value से देखा जाए, so I get that some people might not like it because it wasn't really entertaining. It was kind of boring. लेकिन अगर yeah, and it was like really plain because he was in the same room for the first 20 pages. He was in the same room for the first 20 pages, and then he left. Yeah. And then he left for like 5 minutes and then went back to the room once again. So like वो उस पर्सपेक्टिव से अगर वी सी उस पर्सपेक्टिव से, सो आई थिंक सो इट्स बोरिंग, लेकिन द मैसेजेस इन इट, बिकॉज ही कंपेयर्ड इट टू द ट्रायल, आई फील लाइक ट्रायल से कई ज़्यादा डीप मैसेजेस हैं इन मेटामॉर्फोसिस. If you think it that way, because like people turn on you as long as you bring something to the table, people are like fine, okay, and once you don't bring anything to the table, it's finished. So like no, like his own family na. Plus I मेरे लिए ऐसा like why metamorphosis. हाँ, तो रियल लाइफ किताब से ही पता चली ना.
नहीं ना, हम मूवी देख रहे हैं डायरेक्ट.
नहीं वो बुरी है. So, and I feel like Metamorphosis, like he changed into an insect in the first place because of how bland his life was. Like dehumanization.
And it turned blank.
Like how monotonous his life was. Yeah.
That's the reason it happened. He was just so sick of his life and leaving this old job where nobody cared. Like, it was just.
Like you could see how much he didn't like his life. Like when even he converted into the insect, he didn't remember anything. Like usko fark nahi padta tha ki what was going on in his life before this. And the only thing he cared about was his family not liking him anymore. So yeah.
And he turned into an insect because no,
Yeah.
he just turns into an insect and we don't know why. He just does. That's kind of the
That's pretty much it.
It's very interesting. I haven't read the book yet. Sorry, everyone.
I agree with what he said. I really like the book. जैसा कि उसने कहा कि एंटरटेनमेंट वैल्यू के हिसाब से पीपल माइट फाइंड इट बोरिंग, बट जो मैंने वर्जन पढ़ी थी उस इट वाज ट्रांसलेटेड, तो उसमें पहले इंग्लिश काफ़ी टूटी फूटी थी. अब सुन के थोड़ा समझ आया है. what I what I was able to gather was कि he was like, जो character था Gregor, he cared a lot about his job. Even when he turned into a bug, his first instinct was to get himself out of bed, somehow reach work, like जहाँ पे वो काम करता था. That was his first instinct. उसके अलावा he was still trying to be self-sufficient, and उसकी alienation और dehumanization वगैरह पे बात हुई थी, and that's something I really like reading in books. That's about it.
Yeah, the thing is, even when he turned into an insect, his first instinct was like, oh no, I need to get my job. It just shows how our society has made us into such robots and the whole, rat race. It was just so, sad and dehumanizing to see that, oh, this is what society. This is what society has become. Like, it was shocking.
I'm honestly neutral about the book. Like, उसमें real life situation थी. He experienced dehumanization and then his family started devaluing him just because he wasn't useful anymore. It's just that even your own blood turned away from you once you stopped benefiting them. That's आजकल दुनिया में ये चलता है.
We can't even say it was exactly. What do you think, life
Yeah, I'm the host. क्या हो गया? I'm the host. I'm not supposed to share my thoughts.
No, you are. We started recording it.
Let's talk about it.
It is not good, right? Yeah, so basically the thing is कि I really like the book. ठीक है. हाँ, क्या बस? क्यों? यार, I don't know if you understood it properly. Hear me out. ठीक है, but it has a really deep message. ठीक है, something about Franz Kafka. ठीक है, इसने ना books वगैरह लिखी थी अपने lifetime में, but he never published it. Yeah, he wanted it to burn. ठीक है, तो basically it was a collection of his dark thoughts. ठीक है, और the reality of life, and वो भी check करना पड़ेगा वो जिस time में वो जर्मनी में था, he was a Jew and whatever. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली उसके थॉट्स सारे उसके बुक्स में आई. ठीक है, एंड द बुक वाज ये अभी जो एक तो ट्रायल में था, एक मेटामॉर्फोसिस, एंड देयर वर अदर बुक्स एज वेल. मैंने नहीं पढ़ी बट अच्छा. सो अबाउट दिस बुक इज द थिंग इज कि ना यू हैव एन आइडेंटिटी, राइट? सो व्हेन इट गेट्स स्टोलन फ्रॉम यू ना, इट्स लाइक द होल मोनोटनी वो सब टूट जाता एक पॉइंट पे, ठीक है. एंड यू डोंट नो हु यू आर, ठीक है. लाइक अगर साहिल एक इंसेक्ट बन जाए तो ना हम सब तो उसे छोड़ देंगे, ठीक है, बट वो इमो सॉरी अच्छा मतलब एग्जाम्पल दे रहा था. बट बट ही हैज एन इमोशनल स्टेट, ठीक है. वो अपने आप को खुद नहीं तो खुद भी नहीं वो संभाल सकता एक सेंस में, राइट. सो लाइक एट द एंड हुआ क्या कि वो एप्पल की वजह से नहीं मरा था. वो नहीं, आई नो ही डाइड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एप्पल. बट द थिंग इज कि इन रियलिटी लाइक ही हैड नो पर्पस टू सर्व. Huh? Yeah, he lost his identity exactly. Like we all have an identity. ठीक है, you are in A levels, you're doing XYZ thing. तुम आगे भी कुछ करोगे. एक पॉइंट पे तुम सब कुछ छोड़ के ना मैं तुम्हें श्रीलंका में भेज दूँ कुछ भी नहीं करने के लिए. तुम्हें केव में बैठे रहो फॉर लाइक आई डोंट नो 2 years. क्या होगा? Exactly. To some extent. To some extent. Right? So basically, it turned into an identity crisis plus his family. He really cared for them. His sister, his mother was she didn't have a lot of role. She was neutral or something. Yeah, she didn't have a lot of role. Yeah, she was like, हाँ insect बन गया कोई नहीं. हाँ, exactly. But yeah, there were some issues.
Into an insect, the only one he cared about was his sister. Because even as a human, the only person he talked to was his sister.
हाँ,
Like father mother का शुरू से relation.
रिलेशन शुरू से नहीं था. और मतलब अच्छा
Yeah, like when she was like whatever they नहीं उसके पास से पहले मारा था. उसके बाद भी होता है. उससे पहले मारा था सेब और उसको हमें पता चला और फिर दरवाजा खुला छोड़ दिया था बेटी ने तो बाहर गया पॉइजन में. और और तो उसकी वजह से जो वहाँ पे रहते थे
उन्होंने देखो ना कि ये क्या है. तुम कमरे से निकलो बाहर तक इंसेक्ट हो. एग्जैक्टली. अब उसमें इंसेक्ट का क्या कसूर है? उसमें बेचारे इंसेक्ट का क्या कसूर है? उसकी सेल्फ इंटेग्रिटी तो हर्ट होगी ना. एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली दैट वाज मतलब यही तो उनके पेरेंट्स का था ना. अच्छा honestly in the defense of the parents and his family, basically when he turned into an insect शुरू में इट वाज मतलब एक तरह का फियर था कि एक इंसेक्ट बन गया वगैरह. दैट फियर टर्न इनटू हेट्रेड ग्रेजुअली. सो वी कांट ब्लेम देम कि दे डिडंट लाइक हिम एंड ही वाज द सोल ब्रेड विनर एंड एवरीथिंग. बट उनका भी इतना कसूर नहीं है. द मेंटल हिज ओन मेंटल स्टेट वो जब डिटेरिएट हुई है, सो दैट वाज वन ऑफ द मेन कॉजेज ही डाइड. एंड ऑफ कोर्स द एप्पल. You should speak.
about fear training into anger. Actually, it's a like psychology study. Like there's this guy Sigmund Freud, who is known as the father of psychology. He said, okay, like fear is the first stage like that turns into anger. Like if you fear someone, you will like it will bring anger eventually. Like if the fear doesn't stop, right, it will turn into anger really quick.
And then at that
So
point,
that thing was like one of the
blood
main
relations
stuff.
वगैरह
हाँ. So
How does one guy say he has nothing to say and then gap for the next? How?
Acha, should we answer some questions now? Who wants to go first? I think Sahil should go first. Pick one. I hope he understands my handwriting.
what do you think about the ending? What was your reaction to the entire novella? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. No, I did. सिर्फ entire mess हो गया. Okay. I feel like, I mean, I like the ending because that is what needed to happen. Because like considering how gloomy like the whole book was, if it had ended happily, so it would have made sense.